Hello, my name is Rick Billings, and I'm a professional network marketer. I've been self-employed as a professional photographer for over 30 years. I owned a portrait studio in Omaha, Nebraska, and had 27 employees, and then got involved in an internet sports photography venture early on in 1998, and lost quite a bit of money. And then I sold my studio in 2004. I now reside in Orlando, Florida, and do network marketing full-time. My goal is to share a vehicle with you which will allow you to become an entrepreneur, okay? And so, we've all had dreams. When we were younger, think back, you've dreamt about driving certain cars, living certain places, going on vacation, enjoying life. Everybody has had dreams. And then it seems like they go by the wayside when you get caught up in a 9-to-5 job and working, and it doesn't have to be that way. As an entrepreneur, you get to set your own hours. You get to make the money that you want to make when you find the right vehicle. And, with a lot of good vehicles, you can actually win trips and stuff like that. And we're going to show you some of that as we go along here towards the end here, okay? So how do you generate more income? My friend Robert Allen, he tells us that we have to have multiple streams of income. He's written a book called Multiple Streams of Income. He's a New York Times best-selling author, an entrepreneur, a business owner. He's actually involved in the business that I'm involved in, and we work together on a lot of projects. And so he says that the network marketing business is his favorite stream of income. Okay, it's amazing. The business model of network marketing is endorsed by some of the greatest minds who have ever lived. Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki. And, there's a lot of reasons why, but, some simple ones are it has a low startup. It allows just about anybody to get involved in it. There's no employees. There's no overhead. You don't have to do research and product development and stuff like that. It's simple, a simple system. Yes, it's work. Okay, so it takes a lot of work to be successful in this, but it's a simple system. Complete training programs, and there's a huge tax advantage. If you're a W-2 employee, you have a huge tax advantage to have your own network marketing business, okay? J. Paul Getty, he's one of the richest men in the world when he lived, and he had a quote here that he said, "I'd rather earn 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own." Now that's leverage. Folks, leverage like this is what happens in business and corporate America and all aspects of it. And that's how the wealthy people got that way. They leverage the time of other people. They leverage the efforts of other people. Okay? And they make a tremendous amount of money. And now, with this business model, you can too. Okay? So how do you create residual income? You could be a music recording artist. Okay? I'm not. You could write a best-selling novel. I'm not going to do that. You can be a famous actor. You can sell insurance. You can buy and rent real estate. Or you could build a network marketing business that has a recurring consumable product. Now that's important. Recurring consumable product allows that residual income aspect of the business to work. There's a lot of network marketing companies, direct sales companies, that sell products that are maybe a high ticket item or a certain type item that you have to resell it over and over and over to make your income. I'm going to show you a vehicle here shortly that has consumable products. So you get that commission paid to you on a monthly basis over and over and over, and truly can generate a residual income for your lifetime. Okay, so let's look at the difference between linear income and residual income. With the graph here, income's going up on the left-hand side, and hard work, time, energy invested is going across the bottom side. And that green line represents residual income, and the red line represents linear. Linear income it grows linear. You get a little uptick a little bit as cost of living goes up and so on. But when you quit working, it quits. Okay, when you stop working, your income stops when you have linear income. Okay, I don't care if you're a doctor, a photographer, an attorney. When you stop doing work, you stop getting paid. You're trading your time for money. Okay, you work 8 hours, you get paid 8 hours. Okay, when you stop working, your income stops. As I said, disabled, you get less income. you're creating money just to pay the bills. And there's not enough time to enjoy the income. Now with residual income, leveraged residual income, it can grow exponentially. You're leveraging your time and other people's time. Okay? You stop working, your income can continue. If you're disabled, your income can continue. And it creates true wealth. It really does. And the time freedom that you can enjoy, your family, your friends, your life. Do the things that you want to do. You're setting your own schedule. Once it crosses there and you're able to quit your linear income job, if you have one, it can just go up exponential. Now, there was, you say, why business ownership? Why this model of network marketing? The results from a study of 100 workers at age 65 show that 54% were flat broke. 54% were flat broke. 41% were still working at age 65. 4% were doing okay, doing very well, had a net worth of $1 million to $5 million basically. And 1% are wealthy with a net worth of over $5 million. Okay, only 5% there. Think about that. Where do you fall in this right now? And where do you want to be? You can do anything in life that you want to do, so long as you make the decision, you take action. Okay, this is not a very good statistic, and this will go on and on and on for a lifetime. How much does it take to retire? I always like to kind of educate people because I think people overlook this so often. They get so tied up, and maybe you're not at a retirement age right now, and maybe you'll never retire because you enjoy what you're doing. But I tell you what, if you just see what people are up against, if you look at this table, it's based on 5% interest. If you wanted to earn $2,000 a month, you got to have $480,000 in savings. If you wanted to earn $4,000 a month, you'd have to have $960,000 in a savings account at 5%. We know that don't pay that right now, but we could say savings or investment, okay? $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year, you'd be okay. You have to have $1.2 million in savings. Folks, with this vehicle, I can show you how to make $10,000 a month, which is equivalent of having $2.4 million in the bank or invested at 5%. And you can make that the rest of your life. Look at this sad statistic. Currently, the average baby boomer retires with $88,000. And there's 10,000 baby boomers hitting age 65 every single day for the next 10 years. Boy, it's sad. It's sad because that's the average. Think about all the people that have far less. $88,000, the interest on $88,000 is a few $100s a month. It's not enough. You say, well, I got $88,000, I can spend that. Well, you're going to spend yourself out of money, okay? You need a secondary stream of income. So what do you look for in becoming an entrepreneur, okay? How do you generate a leveraged residual stream of income for a lifetime? Well, you have to choose a vehicle. A vehicle is a company in a network marketing industry that does all the research, does the product development, does the shipping, the paying everybody, the customer service, all those things. So all you do is you connect them with like-minded individuals, with customers, and you succeed. There's a lot to it, obviously, but that's a very simple look at it. And the company we're going to talk about is a company called Ariix. Their mission is to unleash the human potential for good. Ariix is an opportunity company that sells high-quality brands, that's important, brands, through entrepreneurs around the world. Okay? The owners right here, management team and owners right here, have over 100 years combined experience in the direct selling industry. I personally know all 7 of these people. 4 of the individuals here, Fred Cooper, Mark Wilson, Jeff Yates, and Riley Timmer, with a previous company that I was involved in. Okay? They're amazing individuals. They were Section 16 employees of this publicly traded company that when they started 15 years ago with that company, they took it to about $550 million in sales. And there was some ethical things and integrity things happening in that company, and they decided they didn't want to be part of it anymore. So they decided to leave about 3 years ago, May 16, 2011. We opened on July 4th. 2011. Okay. Well, I talked to them, said, "What's up?" They told us about why they made the decision to leave and integrity issues, and we said, "Hey, we're with you. I'm with you." Okay. And from that day forward, we've been with Ariix from day one. I was building this business before it ever opened the doors. They partner with Deanna Latson, Chief Product Officer, and this lady compromises nothing to create the best of the best products that you're going to see an overview here briefly in just a second. They said, we're going to put a commitment to the field. There's too much going on in the industry. We want to help change the industry. So we're going to commit to the field. We're going to put it in writing. We're going to create a bill of rights. It's never happened in the network marketing industry before. It's an industry first. And we're going to give you all these different rights that you have as a partner with us. You know, so many people don't read the policies and procedures of their company they get involved in and read the fine print. And I tell you what, it happened to me because my previous company, when they found out I was talking to Fred and Mark, they terminated me. Now, I was representing a network marketing company for over 6 years. Okay? They terminated my business. I've been self-employed my entire life for over 30 years. They took my business, they closed down my back office. How can they do that? It was my business, I thought. Well, the fine print said within 30 days they could terminate you and go into retail, or for no just cause they can terminate your business. Well, Ariix said that's not right. We're going to change that. So Ariix will not do that. They'll never terminate you. We have so many great rights within this company. It's unbelievable, and it's attracting the best of the best in network marketing. When you get to see and understand the things that they're doing, it's unbelievable. Ariix is only 3 years old. Only 3 years old. July 4, 2011. We have offices in the U.S. Obviously, in the middle is our corporate office in Bountiful, Utah. We have offices in Hong Kong. In the bottom right, they got a 30,000 square foot office in China. We're about to get our license there this year. China makes you go through several things to be able to get your China. You got to build a facility. You got to have offices there. You got to do several things. You got to be there 3 years, and there's only a handful of companies that have the ability to do network marketing in China. Okay, we're in Taiwan. We're in Japan. We're expanding into Belgium and European Union areas. It is in Canada. It's exciting to see the growth of this company from the very first day that we got involved in this company. 6 weeks before it opened, I was building this company and building a relationship because I was terminated, okay? And it's very exciting. You know, we're in the United States, we're in China, as I said, Hong Kong, Canada, Japan is booming, the Netherlands, Taiwan, Mexico. We're in Thailand, Australia, Singapore, Portugal, Russian Federation, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Germany, Ireland, and UK, and Spain. Now, we don't have offices in all these countries, but we can ship to all these countries. It's an exciting time to be involved in this business. The growth that we're having is phenomenal. The first part of 2015, the first week, we did over $3 million in sales. $3 million. Folks, that's a $150 million run rate in business annualized. This company is going to be one of the fastest companies to $1 billion. Okay, and it's their mission to be one of the top 3 direct selling companies in the entire world. Okay, you know, General Motors owns Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. They're a $155 billion conglomerate, okay? Yum Brands. Most people have never ever heard of Yum Brands. Yum Brands owns Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Different, you know, fast food restaurants. $13 billion. And there's this company called Ariix that owns Nutrify, Slenderize, Purity, and Revive. See, branding specific products to specific customers just makes sense. Offering a wide spectrum of products to diversify demographics enables Ariix representatives to expand their potential customer base for a greater growth and more sustainable sales. And we have another brand, I'll give you a sneak peek, that's coming on here in June. Now, you know, we will continue to build these brands. They have another 6 or 8 brands on the table. They'll be launched over the next several years. Another one, I think, this year. And then as we continue to grow, they'll actually add more products into our existing brands, and they'll add more brands to diversify our line in the health and wellness industry. Okay, this is an amazing company, and the quality of products is second to none in the world. Okay, we advance through collaboration with scientists and doctors and wellness council. Dr. Ariix Strand's our chief medical director, an advisory board member, and he works with Deanna Latson and a whole group of people. And this has grown to be, 30, 40 people, 50 people that advise from creating products for all over the world. Okay, resources, because we're a global business, so we're intermixing, Eastern medicine, Western medicine together. When I say medicine, just some of those people used it as medicine. This is not medicine for us. This is nutrition and wellness. But they're taking all these ideas from all these people and bringing them together to make the best of the best products. Dr. Ariix Strand, he is a 40-year family physician. He's an author. He's written many books. Healthy for Life, What Your Doctor Doesn't Know About Nutritional Medicine That May Be Killing You, and Death by Prescription. He's used optimal nutrition for 18 years in his practice as a first line of defense and has had humongous success in doing so. We have a lot of manufacturing certifications, product endorsements. Our facility is FDA OTC registered. We have BSCG for our Olympic athletes and professional athletes. There, we were doing a tour of the plant manufacturing facility right outside of Salt Lake City, where Ariix is located, and it's amazing to see the quality that goes into manufacturing these products from raw materials. From raw materials to the finished product is just amazing. Okay, now we're going to briefly walk through this, our Nutrify brand. I'm going to step through the brands that we have to give you kind of a brief overview right here. We have a Nutrify brand that has vitamins and minerals. They are now listed right now in the physician's desk reference. In the doctor's Bible of drugs, our nutritional supplements are in there. They're that high quality. These are complete and balanced, and that is so important. Dr. Strand talks about complete and balanced. Now, our body would not live without nutrition, nutrients, minerals, vitamins. Our body, we normally produce that from our food. But because the way farming is now and our things are so depleted of nutrients, we're not getting that. So we must supplement the body or disease will set in. Okay, it's science. It's science when you really break it down. We have Omega Q, which is extremely high quality omega 3s and CoQ10, 2 products in one. We have a product called Vanali, which is grapeseed extract and vitamin C. Grapeseed extract is one of the highest potent antioxidants in the world, and we source the highest quality grapeseed extract available in the entire world from Milan, Italy. Okay, they're very open and transparent where we get everything. Okay, Rejuvenex, 6 superfruit extracts and energy enhancers. This is a great pick-me-up product. This is kind of would be compared to like somebody having a Red Bull or something like this, but this is all healthy and natural for you. It gives you a great pick-me-up in the middle of the day or when you need that boost. RestoreX is a whole body detox. It has zeolite, chlorella, activated charcoal in it, which is an amazing detox to detox your body. We have Magna-Cal D. There's a recent study, Dr. Strand said, that if you don't take equal amounts of magnesium and calcium, equal amounts, you increase your risk of disease, of cancer by 50%. It's amazing. Now, our Magna-Cal D, it has a 50-50 blend of magnesium and calcium. It also has vitamin D and K2 in it, along with several other things, okay? Because they work in synergy. We have BioPro-Q. BioPro-Q is the active form of CoQ10. What do I mean by that? Well, CoQ10 has to go through 17 steps in the human body to convert itself to ubiquinol. They only discovered this about 7 or 8 years ago. Okay, so good CoQ10 converts itself to ubiquinol. Ubiquinol feeds the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the human cell. We have 100 trillion cells in the human body. 100 trillion and a billion regenerate themselves every hour of the day. Well, ubiquinol feeds all those cells. We have the active form. It's already converted to ubiquinol. There's only one company in the world that makes ubiquinol, Sakanika Corporation in Japan. We're the only network marketing company that sells it. Okay, other companies have it, but they mix different transport agents in it, which are not healthy, like soybean oil. We don't use that. We use bioprene, which is totally healthy for you. We have MOA that falls in the Nutrify line. MOA is unbelievable. 34 superfoods. It got a Stevie Award, which means it was selected from thousands of entries over 60 nations. And look at the ingredients here that is in MOA. Now, this is an amazing strawberry, green tea, mango, goji berry, maitake mushrooms, blackberry, grapeseed, pear, orange, agave, prune, apple. These are all 34 superfoods. Folks, these are considered superfoods, which means they are very high in antioxidants, which our body needs to fight off oxidation with antioxidants, okay? There was just a human study that showed maitake mushrooms boost your immune system, okay? Which is amazing. It was a clinical trial that was done on just that product and we have that in our MOA. Okay, and so these are all brought from all around the world to Salt Lake City in a raw materials, formulated together and made. And they all have to be done within a certain window of time so that something doesn't go bad. Okay, it's unbelievable the quality of this right here. There are so many juices out on the market that people make claims of. We have all that stuff, noni, all in one. It's amazing to see what Ariix is doing, mangosteen, to make the best of the best products. Mo's a great product. Now we shift to our next line, which is Slenderize. Slenderize is our weight management system. It's clinically proven to lose weight 3 times faster than diet and exercise alone. Our shakes, Pure Nourish shakes, are gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, no artificial flavors. We have Slenderex drops, okay? Slenderize drops, Slenderex and Accelerate, okay? They curve your appetite. They go under your tongue 3 times a day, and the results that people are getting are phenomenal. The shakes are unbelievable. You take a base shake with Pure Nourish. We have the Beauty Boost is an orange flavor, and Power Boost is a chocolate flavor and has digestive enzymes and branch amino acids in there. And look at the weight loss that people have had. This is just a handful of thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have dropped a tremendous amount of weight. I've lost 38 pounds on the product, okay? And continuing to lose even more because I'm on them again just to lose additional weight. Purity is our next brand. It's the world's safest and most advanced portable water filtration. Purity filters and removes bacteria, protozoan, viruses, all combined. It exceeds the NSF standard by 10 times. Okay, this filter fits in a stainless steel or a plastic BPA-free water bottle. Okay, filters about 50 gallons of water. You can dip this in any water source in the world except the ocean because it's not designed to take out salt or sugar. Okay, dip it in a polluted lake anywhere in your toilet and drink pure water out of it. Unbelievable. This filter it's patented, and there's nothing else in the world like it in a portable format because it takes heavy metals, radiation, pharmaceutical drugs. It takes like 9 different things out of the water completely, okay? I'm so excited about this because we're launching the Purity Air. Okay, it's an 11-stage Purity air filtration system. It's the world's most advanced portable air filtration system. It's got 11 stages in it, okay? This is unbelievable. It comes to the U.S. here in March. We launched it in China first. It's been selling in China like crazy. We're going to be able to pre-order this in March, and I think a delivery shortly after that. And again, it's to have pure air in your home. There's so many things that you can't see that pollute our air. Okay, Revive is our next line. It's body wash, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste. They're all organic. Peg free, sulfate free, paraben free, which is important, phthalate free. It's just ammonia free, gluten free. This stuff is amazing. When you put the body wash on you and you see it, look at a back label and it's got 50 or 60 all natural ingredients in it, and you think, oh my God, look at all these different things. It smells so great. Okay, and the toothpaste is phenomenal, fluoride free. It's just it's just a great, great product. And again, it's for total body health. We have to nutrient our skin, which is the largest organ on our body, from the outside in. And with the supplements, we nutrient from the inside out. Okay? You got to feed the cells in your body on a daily basis so you can maintain good health. Okay? Very, very important. Now I'm going to give you a sneak preview at our new brand here. It doesn't launch until June 2015. Don't know exactly when you'll be watching this video. If you're watching after that, then it's launched. But Prime is our essential oil line. Okay, and I actually have a couple sets of these because they did a promo, and we got some earlier on. There's a Calm, which is a relaxing blend. There's Ice, which is soothing. The Ice is really unbelievable. I've had a couple, neck ache every once in a while. My wife's had a little backache, and you rub this Ice on there with a little of the coconut oil as a carrier, mix it together, kind of like massage it in like a massage oil, and you can't believe within minutes how you feel. It's amazing. I mean, obviously things go into our body as we put them on our skin. Escape, a relieving blend, and Century's a protective blend. I tell you what, we put Century into a bottle of water with a sprayer on it. We use it as a disinfectant. Okay, my wife takes Calm and puts it on cotton balls and sticks it in our dryer when she's drying the clothes. It's amazing. You put these in misters that can mist throughout your home, and they're also going to be able to fit into the air purifier machine. They built this machine so you can actually put these essential oils in here. So after the air is purified, it then puts this nice aroma into the air. It's amazing what they're doing. The ingredients that are in these products, there's 18 ingredients, is all natural, different flowers and rose and all kinds of stuff in these things right here. You won't believe it, what they are. So amazing. So excited about this new line coming on. So, you can hear my passion about the products and the brands Ariix is building. They have this brand philosophy that, somebody might join our business just to do the essential oils. They might join our business. We have people that join our business just to do the weight loss, okay? And they can choose from any brand they want, and anybody that they introduce the business to can market any brand that we have now and that we bring on forever. So building a lucrative business with Ariix brands is very, very powerful. Now I'm going to kind of walk you through the compensation plan just briefly. This is just an overview. It's not a training. Once people get in, we go into more detail in this right here, but this is an overview of the Activate compensation plan, which is actually patent pending, okay? And when I say patent pending, maybe if you've been exposed to the industry, you've heard of Unilevel, Binary, Matrix, okay? And Ariix is a multi-line, as you see in the bottom chart right there. It's a multi-line, and a multi-line means that we have, with the Unilevel, you have unlimited width, but you're limited on your depth. Okay, limits on a Binary, you're limited on your width. You only go usually 2 wide. You got a left and a right, and then you go unlimited depth. And on a Matrix, you're limited to your width and you're limited to your depth. So it's got you in kind of like a 5 wide, 7 deep. Okay, well, multi-line is unlimited, meaning that you can build as many lines wide in your business and as many levels deep in your business for infinity. Either way, infinity. Now, there's 3 patents on our compensation plan. We pay up to 50% more than our competitors. And there's so many little tripwires in so many people's compensation plans. And people say, well, we pay 50% of volume, and which only really equates to 40% of sales. We pay 50% of sales out to the field, okay? And again, like I said, the multi-line is patented. Dr. Fred Cooper is our CEO, and he's got dual PhDs in, and he's actually a genius. I tell you what, the guy is really, really smart. He invented this compensation plan and had the patents to it, and it's pretty exciting. So just to kind of give you an overview here, we earn a 15% base commission on point volume. Now, what I mean by that is that products that are sold, enrollment packs that people join with, and auto delivery on a monthly basis generates point volume, meaning all the products that we have points attached to them. And to make it easy and transparent internationally, okay, because we have an international business, we're in, so many different countries, everything's points are attached. So in our business, we get points, and points equal dollars. We get 15%. Every point in the United States is $1, okay? So we get 15% of those points. So if you had $100 points, that would be $15. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now we can earn up to $2,000 a week when our income position's optimized. And I'll show you that in a minute here, okay? So when you join, you get an income position. That's that top position in your sponsor's downline, okay? And then you have 4 lines there. So you have 4 lines. And the way it works is the line that has the most volume any given week, we get paid every week. Every Friday we get a paycheck, okay? It's a beautiful thing. So the line that has the most volume is considered your power line. And it can change every week. Whatever line has the most volume that week, okay, is your power line. And every other one is your pay line. In this example, just to kind of show you, I put 150 points in the first line, called it a power line, and the next one has 75 points, 75 points, 75 points. We earn 15% of each of those, 11.25 on each, 33.75. Just for the example, not a lot of money there, but just kind of showing you, okay? And then that volume's cleared away. And then if there's anybody underneath you and they had auto delivery, people join, that volume goes up. And I'll show you that as we go along here. So right here. So how do you make $10,000 a month? People say, how do you make $10,000 a month? Well, you optimize 2 of your global distribution lines. So you got 2 lines in your business. We call them global because we're an international business. And when you get 13,000 points on your first line and 13,000 points on your second line, okay, if you multiply that by 15%, 13,334, because the first line's your power line, let's say, the second one's your pay line, you'd make $2,000. 15% of 13,334 is $2,000 commission for the week. So you earn 15% on unlimited and all product sales of the lesser of 2 lines, because the lesser of 2 lines is your pay line, the greater one is your power line, as I said, from volume all around the world. So when you optimize 2 lines, if you did it every week, you'd make $2,000 base commission every week, $104,000, okay? But with bonuses, you'd make up to $10,000 a week, which is about $120,000 a year, okay? And it's just getting 13,334 points. So, Rick, how do you do that? Well, I mean, you know, as you're starting off, you're going to bring people in. You're going to help your team. They're going to bring people in. You know, this example here, if 5 people, if they generate 1,000 points when they come in, and the other side, each of them generated 1,000 points. Let's say they bought a pack that had 1,000 points. That would be 5,000 on the left, 4,000 on the right. They'd pay you 15% of the 4,000, which is $600. That extra, they would take the 4,000 away from the left. In this case, you'd have 1,000 that would carry over to the next week. But your goal is to optimize with 13,334 on either line, on 2 lines. So you get that 2,000 plus the bonuses. When you do that, you'll be making $10,000 a month. Now, yes, it takes work to do that. And yes, when people come in, you have to help them do that. But you get all the volume from every single person for infinity that come below you. Okay? You get all the volume. And that's how you can create a lifetime residual income. So Ariix has several bonuses. We're going to run through some of them, not all of them, but most of them. And there's a 2X membership that comes with most packs that you join with. And it doubles all the bonuses for life. So all my examples here going forward are going to have the 2X membership applied, so the bonuses are doubled, okay? Our team lead bonus is our first one, okay? This bonus is designed to create retention. When you sponsor 4 people in your business, you'll earn enough commission to pay for your products every month. Okay? So when you get 4 people in a business, their auto delivery will pay for your products. You'll earn $33.75 shown on the right. You'll earn a team lead bonus of $36.50, a 2X membership because it doubles for $36.50, $106.75. That pays for your auto delivery. That's retention. Why would you quit if your products are paid for? So we teach our team to bring in 4 people. And then let's help those 4 people. Let's help each of those 4 people get their 4 people. Because when they do, then they will stay. And then we'll help those people get their 4 people. And it's called the power of duplication, of helping other people. This business, if you don't like to help other people, it's not for you. This is about helping other people succeed. And Ariix's compensation plan compensates us immensely for that. We have a savings bonus. You can earn an extra 15% of your base commission when you earn over $250 in a given week. And you can earn up to $2,000 a month. So every time you earn $250, Ariix gives you an extra 15%. Your job never did that for you. It's automatic. You know it's there. So you can shoot for something. and they save it for you. They do that because they want to teach you financial stability, okay? So they save it until it reaches $10,000, then they issue a savings bonus check of $10,000. Then they pay you once a week. Folks, this is a beautiful thing. You get this one lump sum that you can put a down payment on a car, you can go on vacation, do anything you want with it. It's your money. A lot of companies will have, car programs, and Ariix doesn't believe in that, because if you get somebody into a lease and, they can't pay it after a while, then they're upside down, it ruins their credit. And that's not being financially responsible. And they will never do anything that would ever hurt anybody, okay? Like that. So this is a great bonus here. Look at, as of June 2014, Ariix has paid out about $2 million in their savings bonus. Folks, they are paying an amazing amount of money out in all their bonuses, but look at this, $2 million in their savings bonus here, okay? Now let me talk about the matching bonus. The matching bonus is my favorite bonus, and because it fosters team effort. It tells you must build a team. You got to help other people. You earn a percentage of the base commission of everybody that you sponsor and the people they sponsor. So everybody you sponsor, you earn 15% of their base commission on your first line to you. 15% of whatever they make, you make 15% base commission. Okay? The people they sponsor, you earn 10% of those people. They earn 15% of those people, but you earn 10% of those people's base commission. The third generation, you earn 5%. The fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, 5%. Folks, this is amazing, the power of the money that you can make in a matching bonus. You can make more in a matching bonus than you can make in all the other compensation plan that Ariix offers. And it's got dynamic compression. That means if somebody's interactive or if they quit, everybody shifts up. Because this is not levels, this is generations. Meaning that if you sponsor somebody and put them 7 levels down in your business as you're building down below your team, that's your first generation. The people they sponsor are your second generation. And this is all automated in a computer, and you see it real time as it happens. This is so exciting. Let me give you an example. And this is only an example of this mathematic formula and how it works here, okay? And the power of matching bonus. Now, this is based on 7 generations here of you bringing 4 people in, teaching those people how to bring in 4, there's 16. Teaching those 16 how to bring 4, there's 64. And if everybody was just making $100 in base commission a week, okay? $100. So you would make $60 because you make 15% of your 4 representatives, okay? On your second generation, if there's 16 people, you make 160. On your third generation, if there's 64 people and you made 5%, it'd be 320. You say, well, that's not a lot of money yet. But look at the fourth generation, the fifth generation. The fourth generation, 256 people at 5% is 1,200. The fifth generation, 1,024 at 5% is $5,100. The sixth generation could be 20,000. The seventh generation could be 81,000. A total of 109,000. Yeah, that's building a perfect business, and that does not happen. And it won't happen. But it has the power of how it works. And what if you could only achieve 10%? What if you could only achieve 10% of that and had an extra 10,000 on top of your other 10,000 that you were making? Folks, this is where dreams come true. You own your life. You do anything you want. You help other people when you're making this kind of money. And this lends itself to that because it's all built to work. Now, Ariix has done something else as the first in the industry, and it's kind of funny because we're starting to see people copy them right now, but they've had this from day one. I remember them talking about this concept before we ever launched the company, and it's called the Founders Club. You get to sit at the table with the Ariix executives with unprecedented rights. When you become a founder in Ariix, you get to share in the profits of the company in the country that you helped build forever. Okay, now I want you to understand what forever means. It doesn't mean your lifetime. It means multiple generations. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. Forever, you will share in the profits of the company. If you knew business like I knew business and started to understand what this means and what they put in place and the vision they have for the field to share in 50%. The owners, 7 owners get 50%, and the Founders Club gets 50% of the profits. This is unbelievable. My sponsor, Miss Lynn Allen Johnson, shown right there. She was inducted last June into the Founders Club. Okay, there's 4 people in the United States in the Founders Club, and there's another, I think, half a dozen or 8 around the world that are in the Founders Club. It's amazing. And when you're in it forever. Okay, and you get to help make decisions in the direction of the company and the things that happen. It's unbelievable, unprecedented. And we built it. They built it from the ground up to work this way. Now, there's a lot of companies that think, well, God, could we do that? But if you think about it, I mean, I know numbers very well, and most people, they can't do that because you have to set a company up in the beginning to do certain things within a compensation plan, because what happens, and it's destroyed many companies, is they have changed things in their compensation plan, and it has hurt so many people. Because maybe they weighted their compensation plan to the top end. So there's a lot of big earners. And there's only one, the pie, if you take a pie and you divide it all up, okay, and you give a big portion to the top, there's not much of that pie left over for everybody else. And people just don't realize that. They see all these people flashing big checks and stuff like that around the internet. And if they'd really stop and think about that and think that money has to come from somewhere, and it comes from this pie that was divided up. And if those people got all the big money, there's probably not no money left for me. Or if there is, it's harder, because once they get going in a company and they get the momentum, those big players, it's hard to stop them. And so it becomes harder and harder and harder to compete against those people. Well, Ariix understands that. They've had 18 years experience in this industry, these owners. Yes, the company's new and it's only 3 years old, but 18 years of experience. Jeff Yates right there is a CFO and has been a CFO of several publicly traded companies and worked with Wall Street. He knows numbers, and we are a cash flow, no debt company. It's exciting. What if you could win? How would you like to win a free trip to Cancun? Now, I say that because the Ariix is on the verge of announcing that when you join Ariix, if you're a representative in Ariix, or if you're looking at Ariix to join right now, you can win a free trip. And here's how it works. Now, I don't know when you're going to see this video. The deadline for this is June 15th of 2015. But when you generate $5,000, if you're a new representative, $5,000 in base commission, from now until June 15th, you get a free trip to Cancun. If you generate $9,000, you get 2 free trips to Cancun for you and your significant other. Okay? Now, people say, well, I'm already in Ariix. How do I win that? Well, if you're in Ariix already, they take your past 6 months of base commission, and you have to earn $5,000 more than that, because that's what's fair. So everybody has a basis. So all the top leaders, the people just starting, the playing field is level, is completely level, because that's how Ariix thinks. They want to make it fair for everyone. They want hundreds and hundreds of people, hundreds to go on the trip to Cancun. So increase your business by $5,000, more than it did the last 6 months. Or if you're starting new right now, do $5,000. I don't care if you come in a week before the deadline. If you do $5,000 in business, you're going to Cancun. You do $9,000, you got a trip for 2 to Cancun. Exciting. Ariix loves to do vacations and trips, and they will be more and more of these as the years go on. They'll be doing multiple things like this. If you don't get this one, there'll be another one, okay? So they love to reward people with these luxury vacations. It's a wonderful thing. We're going to shift a little bit because the decision's yours. You might be watching this, so you're already in Ariix, okay? But you just haven't, made a move yet. Or you're looking at this to say, I need this vehicle. I need a vehicle that I can, to have something I can work on the side for my job, because I'm just not sure about it. I don't know, I'm just worried. Will the money be there for retirement? Will pension be there? Whatever it is, it's your decision. Remember, you can do anything in life you want to do if you take action. You got to get passion and desire to do it. But if you don't change, ask yourself, where will your dreams be this time next year? Those dreams we started with, where will they be? Reignite those dreams. You can have anything you want. You got to take charge of your life and implement a plan to change today. Get with the person that invited you to this presentation. Get with them and tell them, I'm ready. Help me, work with me. Folks, we get paid to build teams of people. That's how this works. It's how many people you can help. If you can help enough people, you can make millions of dollars in this industry. And I'm talking millions. If you can help enough other people. So if you'd like to know more about Ariix, you can visit arixglobalopportunity.com. It's a website I put together. Or get back to the person that invited you to the presentation. And thanks for attending.